Good day, folks. For those of you that missed it, James Freeman was arrested last night. Now, before I get into this video, I want y'all to know I support James Freeman. I have no issues with James Freeman. But some of the things that he said during the course of this arrest were not correct. And I don't want you guys out there getting incorrect information that ends up getting you jammed up or getting you in trouble. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the video real quick and point out a couple things, and we'll go from there. Now, James is still in jail, and they have charged him with a felony, assault on a police officer, and resisting arrest, and I believe the other charge was refusing to obey a lawful order. Was that order lawful? We'll get to that in just a minute. And this happened in Arizona. And here we go. Let's see, where is the play button here? There we go. Okay, real quick, I just want to point out. So there's an officer, judging by his height, let's say he's 6 feet. So this, from that officer to the end of the sidewalk in this area here, is probably 6 to 8 feet. Each one of these poles is probably 4 feet apart. So James is probably 12 to 15 feet away. But notice he continues to advance into this area. Okay, so he ends up approximately 10 feet away from the officer.
I don't care if you're right here, but you're going to have to move back at least further away from my seat, okay? I'm going to ask you to move back from my seat.
10 feet.
No.
Yeah, that's the ruling.
I can make the ruling. I'm going to say
You don't get to make the ruling. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, let me stop it there for a second. I don't know where this whole thing of 10 feet came from. I got a good idea, but I will tell you that there is no such case law. Zero. All right. There is a circuit court decision that applies to New York City, where the judges said 12 to 15 feet was all that these videographers needed to allow police. Because if you were 30 feet away in the city of New York City, chances are you're, a crowd of people, you're not going to be able to get video. So that's for that circuit. No other circuit that I'm aware of, and if somebody knows something I don't, please email it to me. No other circuit that I know of has set a distance for recording. In fact, documenting police in the course of their official duties is a constitutionally protected activity. But, okay, there's always that but when you're dealing with government. They can put time, manner, and place restrictions upon that. Meaning, if you're too close or you're in a crime scene, they can relocate you. This has been the subject of numerous court cases, and there is case law on it. And if an officer says, I need you to back up for officer safety, you're going to have to do it. Now, getting mouthy with them and cussing at them, what does that accomplish? Oh, it's good for clicks and views. All right, okay, I got it. There are people that like to see the police have to take a lot of abuse. All right. And again, I'm not attacking James for that. If that's his thing, more power to him. And if you like watching that, more power to you. It just doesn't work for me. All right. But we're talking about the distance. All right. Police officer tells you to move back. You don't have a choice. It's that simple. You can argue it in your internal affairs complaint. You can argue it in court. You don't argue it on the street because you're gonna lose every time. It's gonna happen. All right, let's go back to the video.
It's a traffic stop. I've given you twice as much space as you need. Guys, it's DPS in Arizona, Highway Patrol. It doesn't matter how much fucking tape you put up, you dumbass. All right, then tell him to chill the fuck out and let me record. Let's just all be quiet, move on. You look like an idiot. What? No. You're gonna get sued.
Okay, now I don't know what this traffic stop, he says it's a traffic stop, all right? But it could be any number of things. There could be a dead body in that car. There could be anything, okay? He didn't know what he walked up on when he walked up on it. He's assuming it's a traffic stop. If you watched the video earlier on, he just says he saw cherries and berries and he's running over there. So there may be more to this. I won't know till I get the police reports, but there may be more to this than he even realized. And this, again, is a reason to back up a little bit. You know, I generally give the police, when I'm doing cop watches, about 30 feet. Have I been closer? Yes. If they had objected, I would have backed off. But 30 feet is usually where I start. And if they say move back, I'll move back another 10 feet. Now, from there, I'm, you know, depending upon the situation, I may or may not give them more room if they request it. Generally speaking, I'm not. Okay, because at that distance, I'm not a threat. You know, if somebody wants to hurt the police, and James says this all the time, and he's right. If I wanted to hurt that cop standing there, I wouldn't be walking up with a camera. And he wouldn't see me coming. I'd have walked up and pop, 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 pop. Or stood back 100 yards with an AR and pop, pop, pop. Okay? This whole thing is of their need of control is part of the issue. However, by law, James was obligated to retreat, and he failed to do so. What's going to happen because of it? Well, it's predictable.
You guys can't just put up tape every time you want to move a camera.
Actually, you can put up tape and make people move back, whether they have a camera or not. It works like that. I'm sorry to say it, and I hate it, but that's exactly how it works.
No, that's not the way the law works. All right, guys, you got my lawyer on the phone. This is going to be it. I need names of everybody getting sued here tonight. So it's just a traffic stop. We've dealt with this case specifically. Now here's the sidewalk. This is a public sidewalk. Now they don't want me filming their traffic stop. So they're gonna wrap tape all around this place because they don't want me to film their traffic stop. Somebody has put it in their mind that if they put tape around an area, that no matter what, that means, see, they're not supposed to be putting up tape though, except to preserve a crime scene. That is the purpose.
Okay, and again, not knowing exactly what's transpiring here, this could be a crime scene. Like I said, I won't know till we get the reports and stuff, but let's give James the benefit of the doubt. He's been doing this quite a bit, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, it's a traffic stop. It doesn't matter. You still have to retreat. But now let's see what happens when he fails to retreat. You get to it here. Of course, he goes back and forth with these guys. And here we go.
Out of my eyes now! Get the light out of my eyes now!
Right now. Go over there.
Get your supervisor now.
Go over there,
Get
sir.
your supervisor before you do anything else.
Welcome to call.
Get your supervisor before you do anything else.
I'm not gonna ask you
Asking
again.
you nicely to step out.
I'm telling you nicely, no thank you.
Step out of the
There's a
perimeter.
There's no
Set up, sir.
perimeter.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What are you
There's
gonna-
no perimeter.
No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go do your job. Go do your job. Leave me alone.
Step out of the
I'm
perimeter.
asking you nicely to leave me alone. There's no fucking perimeter. I can be all the way up there on the sidewalk. I gave you a ton of space. I could be up on the sidewalk.
Go there, sir.
I can be on the
Go
sidewalk.
be on the sidewalk.
I gave you a ton of, all right, I'll go be on the sidewalk. Then let me stay here where I think it's a safe distance rather than up close to you on the sidewalk.
Now, what do you think would have been a good thing for him to do right there? The traffic, the crime scene tape that they put up is right by the car. Why not relocate to in front of the car, outside the traffic tape, outside the crime scene tape, and film from there? It's a good spot. Why not do that? Why? I don't know. I don't know.
They're gonna arrest me. What's your name?
Go over there.
What's your name?
Go over there.
All right. Keep the light down out of my eyes, and I'll keep it out of
Go
yours.
over there.
We have an individual.
Go over there. Go over there. Go over there.
Keep the
Sir,
light out of
go
my
over
eyes.
there.
Just
I'll
keep
look
your
for my
light down
perimeter.
out of my eyes. You're
Stay
making.
away from my perimeter, sir.
There's no. Shut up, dude.
Sir, go from my perimeter. So last time I'm gonna.
What's
ask
your
you-
name? What's
I'm
your?
gonna ask you one more
What is
time,
your name?
Then I'm gonna tell you step over there.
What is your name?
Sir, go over there. by
What
the
is your name?
sidewalk.
Get your supervisor now. I told you to
Go by
get
the
your
sidewalk.
supervisor. Now do it.
I am telling you now to step over there by the sidewalk.
Are you
Establish
disobeying a
your
lawful
perimeter.
order?
I'm telling you step over there.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Okay, go over there.
Leave me
over
alone.
there.
Don't touch me.
Go over
Don't
there.
touch me.
Go over there.
Get your fucking hands off of me. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Get off of me.
Stop resisting!
Get off of
Stop
me.
resisting!
Get off
Stop
of me.
resisting!
Get off of me.
Stop resisting!
Get off of me.
Stop resisting!
Stop punching me. Get off of me. It's just a fucking camera, you dumbass. Get off of me. Get off of me. Let go of my camera, you piece of shit. Get off of me. Get off. Go
Get
on your
off!
stomach. Get
Back on the
off.
case! Turn around!
Get off.
Turn around!
Go on your stomach. Get off. Go on your
Turn
stomach.
around.
Get off.
Go on your stomach.
Turn
Get
around!
off.
Turn around!
Get off of me.
Get on your stomach.
Ah!
Get on your stomach.
Stop tasing me, huh? Ah! Ah!
Okay, was he tased or not? That's the question. When I put my headphones on, I can hear them test fire the taser to threaten him. I'm sure he got a little taste of the taser, but I'm not for sure. A lot of times they'll fire that taser as a threat, but before they actually tase somebody, they warn the other officers that are nearby. You know, that's why you hear them holler, taser, taser, taser. This officer didn't do that, so I don't know that he gave him a full jolt. I suspect that they just gave him a quick taste of it, which I will tell you from personal experience is not fun. What we have here are two hard heads that are bumping heads. This could have been prevented, and it was unnecessary. People are going to say, well, why do you think James pushed that to an arrest? Carlos Miller, the founder of PENAC, used to take off like a month every year, and I started doing that. And it was because I was seeing, and it's the same reason that he did it, seeing these videos of police abuse over and over, day in, day out, and it just gets to where you're angry and you become, you know, just reactive to it, and it's toxic. It's toxic, and you start becoming angry in the way that you act. And I think that that's what we're seeing here with James. I think that he's angry, and he's just upset at seeing so much abuse over such a long period of time. And really, he just needs to take a day, you know, a month off, kick back, relax, get some perspective. Come down here, I'll take him sailing, you know, just chill out. And then we go back to work. But you got to keep the perspective. You can't be angry when you're out there, because you start making mistakes. And I think that James made a few mistakes here. Again, I'm not anti-James Freeman. I like James. I support James. That's not what this is about. I want you guys to understand, when the police tell you to step back, they have the ability to enforce that with an arrest if necessary. This is very important. This is very important. Okay? I think, you know, part of the problem is that James is watching all those government informants out in California, you know, and seeing them do this and not get arrested, and he doesn't understand that they're government informants, so they're not going to get arrested, you know. Look at Johnny 5-0. Johnny 5-0 backs up when they tell him to, because he knows they'll arrest him. Furry Potato backs up when told, because she knows that they will be arrested. Okay? Those guys that you see that run up under the crime scene tape and jump in the middle of the police crime scenes and stuff, they're government informants, and they are basically not going to be messed with by the police. They need to look like YouTube heroes so they can infiltrate here. James Freeman is not one of those people. I regret that this happened to James, and I will put the contact information. I have no doubt that this, even though James was being the way he was being, there was no reason for the police to take this to the level it went to. Yes, James contributed to it, but you know, the reality is that it could have been handled differently still. De-escalate, de-escalate, de-escalate. Not taser, taser, taser. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. There is a link to this full video in the description. I hope you'll trot over there and watch it. Y'all have a good evening.